So the riders peel out of pit lane. Brad Binder certainly needs a big 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so. Still stuck down in that last place. In 23rd is Binder through that tricky, tight, gnarly second corner. Already caught out Acosta and Alex on day one here in Malaysia.
Well, Binder knows how gnarly that second corner can be from the Grand Prix here last year when he was involved in that three-rider collision with Fabio Quartararo and Jack Miller. Here is El Diablo, who's perhaps got the least to lose at the moment, given that he's up in P1 on a 158.113. The track temperature, as Jack mentioned, has enabled that rain just to evaporate away, but, you know, understandably, well, you wouldn't blame Alex Marquez if he displays a little bit of caution, particularly on this first lap, knowing that he's perhaps got a couple more to come after this.
Yeah, Alex was really keen, wasn't he, to get out on circuit, get on with business. Can't leave anything to chance now. It's now or never for the 73. Listen to him wind up through the gearbox. God, great shot, wasn't it? There was Alex chin on the tank. You could see as he braked and popped out the bubble as well there. His neck muscles getting a real pounding as he squeezed the brake for that first corner. This time around he does negotiate that tricky turn 2.
Tenth of a second off. Fabio Di Gianantonio was slightly more cautious through that first sector as he explores the conditions. He's the first rider on the road. Don't expect Jack Miller to be leaving much on the table in this final run. We've seen wetter conditions than this with Jack Miller on slick tyres, and he still rolled the dice.
Fast as he needs to be through sector 1 is Alex. Let's check his progress now in sector 2. Attacks hard into turn 7. He's already got caught out this morning. Few spots of rain there on our camera lens. This is an excellent lap this by Alex. This will be a Q2 lap at this late phase of the session. He drops that left leg. Bit of chatter on the front end on that Ducati GP24 as he flung it left through turn 9. So 14th potentially to P5. Alex trying to force the issue and book a place in Q2.
Brad Binder is finally getting up to speed. He's just a good first sector. Marini and Acosta also setting red sector times elsewhere on the lap. So Pecco Bagnaia, who's currently just starting a flying lap, is about to be dumped out of the top 10. Alex Marquez still in touch as he now makes his way onto the back straight. He's just got turn 15 to go.
One corner left on this current lap for Alex Marquez. This will be some salvage job by Alex, having crashed on his first time attack in that second corner. Pedro Acosta, another rider like Alex, who's been on the floor twice on day one, putting together a good late charge on the factory KTM. Over the line though, we'll track Alex up into P3, a 158.183 from Alex. Surely that has got him through into Q2. What about Acosta though now, as he powers down this long back straight? Well, Acosta, this is a heck of a lap by Acosta. An awesome lap by Acosta. He started this practice session on the floor with a crash through turn 9. He might be finishing with the fastest time of day one here in Sepang. We track Acosta out the final corner. Yellow flags out in sector 3. Over the line, Acosta goes. Wow. It's the first 57 of day one here in Sepang. A 157.559. Morbidelli goes up into second place on the Ducati GP24. But Pedro Acosta, with an absolutely sensational lap here, goes top as Augusto Fernandez it was that crashed at turn 9.
We've got Marini and Pol Espargaro also on very fast laps. Bagnaia's on a personal best, but I'm not convinced it's going to move him too far up the top 10 as he comes towards the line. Watch Marini then. There's a big gap to slot into between Acosta and Morbidelli. Marini only goes into 7th place. Pol Espargaro goes into 3rd. It's KTM 1 and 3.
And the rider who's been fastest on our last 3 Fridays, Marco Bezzecchi on the factory Aprilia, at the moment out of Q2 directly. Bagnaia's just put in his best time of the session, a 158.348. It's close to top 10, but not close enough. And Zarco now and Alex look to find low 157s here. This is brilliant by Zarco. We saw how hard he was pushing the LCR Honda a couple of moments ago to find that 58.129. Zarco threatening a big upset here if he can put the LCR Honda into P1. Look once again how hard he is pushing that front tyre on the RC213V out of the final corner. A bit of movement on the rear tyre there as he grabbed a handful of throttle. Zarco to the finish line. Mia goes up briefly to second. Two Hondas now inside the top three, although that's just changed immediately as Jack Miller goes up into third place. Alex Marquez up to P7.
I'm pretty sure with the time that's remaining that this is going to be Bagnaya's last lap of the session. There were less than 2 minutes remaining when he went across the line, but I don't think he's going to get to the line for one more. So this is all on this final lap for Pecco Bagnaia. Red sector times from Marini, from Quartararo, from Joan Mir, from Fermin Aldeguer too. Aldeguer from topping most of the day. He's now out of the top 10.
Bezzecchi needs a big lap. His back is up against the wall right now. Isn't the factory Aprilia rider? He's been relegated down to 14th place, a 58.3, the best from Bez, which at the moment has got him over 0.8 of a second behind Acosta. Bagnaia then down through the high-speed left-hander of turn 12, a rapid rate of knots through there at about 200 kilometres an hour. This is going to be pretty close. Bagnaia has got no margin for error, has he, at all in this final sector? In fact, look at that estimated P11 from the Italian. What about Alex Marquez?
Aldeguer doesn't make it.
Aldeguer is out as well. I mean, fastest in FP1 this morning. Aldeguer.
Bez doesn't make it either. He's 14th, 58.3. So Marco Bezzecchi won't be going through. Neither will Fermin Aldeguer. Can Pecco Bagnaia dodge a bullet in this final lap of the session? The finish line is coming up. He needs to be in the 57s, really. Bagnaia doesn't make it.
Aldeguer and Bezzecchi did make it over the line, though, for one more lap in this session, and they need it. Aldeguer 13th, Bezzecchi 14th. That wasn't in form, but was it at all coming into this Malaysian Grand Prix? Agura, well, his session is over. He's taken the checker flag. Agura won't be in the Q2. A whole bunch of red helmets lighting up our commentary box screens here. Quartararo up to 5th, a 157.868. Surely that's enough. 4 Japanese bikes right now in the top 5. Zarco 2nd, Miller 3rd, Mir 4th, Quartararo 5th.
Bezzecchi's not making it. He's a second down at the first sector. Alex Rins has gone down 2 at the end of the session, but Marco Bezzecchi will not be going through to qualifying 2 as we see Morbidelli going across the line. Gian Antonio takes 6th, which puts Rins on the bubble. Are the yellow flags going to save the 42?
Rins crashing out after he just set the fastest first sector of the session. That looks like it was a painful one for Rins, so he's going to be, at the moment, well, he's in 10th place. Is he going to be able to salvage that Q2 spot? It's all eyes on Aldeguer, who got over the line with about 10 seconds of this session remaining. What a dramatic finish this has been. We're getting sore necks here, aren't we? The amount of time we spent looking skywards to see whether those dark clouds are going to throw out any more rain. Aldeguer then. Well, I tell you what, he loses a whole chunk of time, doesn't he, in Sector 3, does Aldeguer. That's where he's going to have to really polish his act overnight. Sector 3, clearly, Aldeguer struggling. Morbidelli, 7th with a 58.041. We're going to track Aldeguer then. Mandalika Grand Prix winner as he approaches the checker flag at the end of this session. Is he in Q2? Over the line he goes. No, he is not. And lap gone for Marco Bezzecchi. Wow, Bagnaia, Aldeguer and Bezzecchi, 3 riders who've been at times in tip-top form on our overseas sequence are in Q1.
Last weekend's winner, Ralph Fernandez, is also in Q1. He's 16th. Marini was bumped out in 11th place. He managed to find a 58.1, but that wasn't enough. KTM loving life today, aren't they? With Acosta quickest. Paul Espargaro also through in 8th place. Boys, it's been a day of extremes for Pedro Acosta. A crash in either session, but he ends it on top.